Hey you, so on this video, dangers of physical silver, I'm just going to be going over my recent experience liquidating some silver for somebody or attempting to liquidate, and just, my current thoughts and opinions on the current situation with silver. We've seen a massive tank in the spot price, and let you know where I am and just the dangers with physical in general. So if you haven't done so already and you like what you hear slash see, you can pick anything up from this, please do go ahead and subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. So yes, I am still alive. Coronavirus hasn't got me. I did take the last week off. Had a lot going on in the background. I was one of those that got grounded, so all tools down for myself, my partner. So I've just had a lot with the kids. All kids are off school. They was off school. A couple of kids school shut down before it was like mandatory. So one of the kids, or a couple of the kids, did have a cough slash flu symptom, but way before. And whenever I catch something, it always is with the kids. I do have a bit of a cough going on at the moment. I should have been holding on to more of this stuff and had my BA Barocas, Mr. T going on holding this stuff. But other than that, yeah, I've just been getting a lot in order, interesting times we're in. So, I'm going to mention a few stories that I had liquidating and purchasing some gold with someone when we done a dealer run. So we visited a lot of dealers in UK, London. So I'll mention that in a moment, and this is where the topic of this video really came from. But it's been interesting times, a lot of the markets have really bottomed out, crap their pants. I've seen people out there really excited, mocking those involved in certain markets, Bitcoin crapped its pants, yes. Silver really crapped its pants, yes. Gold, done a big loud fart, sorry about the crudeness, people. Other markets are coming down, but interesting times, very interesting times. I've had a lot of messages about a lot of scandalous activities that dealers have been doing in regards to silver that I'll touch upon and give my own little twist in that. So that's where we currently are. But outside of that, I've also been getting a lot in check and in order, a lot of the food stock that I've mentioned last time. Show some of my food that we got here. Just been getting a lot of that out and ready, topping up. Not been going too crazy because as you can imagine, there's old people and people out there that can't shop. I never thought we would be seeing, as I show some of the food that I have. So I have a lot of the long shelf life stuff, the Mountain House. You can't get this in Europe no more, surprisingly. For some bizarre reason, they took it upon themselves to not stack Mountain House in Europe. There's something to do with the ingredients, and if it wasn't cooked in Europe, and they couldn't guarantee certain things. So these are some boxes I got way when I picked up a lot of my first couple. This stock's about 6+ years old, but I believe it on paper goes off in 2040, but we all know it is with the dried shelf life food. So some of the ingredients and stuff. So it was just going over what I had and doing a stock take. Don't really want to tap into stuff like this in times like this. Also have the Lifesaver jerry can on deck there, and a lot of the other tins. I think you can see shelf life on one of those there. So it's been interesting times just seeing what people are getting up to and getting down with. But as mentioned, I've just been topping up on some of the not so essential certain ingredients and the likes of for myself and the family. And outside of that, just been getting ready for where we are right now. So I would say with the physical silver, and why I think one of the massive dangers with that is that seeing what the dealers have done really goes to bring a massive light into how shady the physical market can be, and a lot of markets are like this. And what I'm referring to is when you have a situation where you're your own iron bank to a degree. So you do the right thing. You get your gold and silver up, whatever metals you may be in, platinum metals you may be involved in, and it's all hunky-dory. Whether you like it or not, you're tethered to this gold to silver ratio, depending, as we're seeing, demand outstrips any ratio. So as you can see, the ratio goes in the bin when it works in their favor. So whether it absolutely takes a massive tanking or people pay attention, whether it massively spikes for all those that believe it's going to be straightforward. So you have these gatekeepers, these middlemen, i.e. dealers, that can ask and do whatever they want to do, and I think a lot of people fail to realize, and I'm sure a lot more people will be saying this now, but you are a dealer. Everybody that stacks gold and silver that has a couple of months and a year plus experience in the game, technically you are a dealer. There's a lot of people that do interviews with these dealers and cross their arms and legs and sit down and they're told just regurgitation stories. But a lot of times It frustrates me because it's not what the dealers are saying, it's what they're not saying. You need to pay attention to and read between the lines. And that's all on the person interviewing, whether you're good at that. But I believe everybody believes they're great at this. So, you can really get caught up in the regurgitation and the silver-tongued lies that they're telling. But what people need to understand is you are a dealer. Now, I'm not saying, these dealers with 75 years plus, yada, 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 in the game are telling straight outright lies, but you can gain a lot of the experience that they're referring to. And we're talking just about the base metal. So if you're into gold and silver, knowledge comes with the old antique stuff. So you need the history and, of course, the learning into that type of stuff there. But when we're talking about just picking up gold and picking up silver, weight-wise, or modern collectors and selling it, when I say you are a dealer, you have the ability to go on eBay. You have the ability to sell it to any associates or friends. And you gain an experience from that. And so straight off the bat, you can then look at it and say, okay, are you going to work with the ratio, the gold to silver ratio? Because it gives you an understanding to what a lot of the dealers are going through. Some, it's business as usual. You can't, well, the majority, you can't knock them for it. But with a lot of the bigger establishments, I'm even seeing mints do this when they're gouging or drawing back stock. You get to see how shady it can be when the ratio works in your favor and you want to liquidate. And this is where the danger comes in, when you have to depend on somebody else. Other markets I'm involved with have it to some degree. I don't know about stock markets and ETFs and people with brokers, but in the BTC world, BTC could crap its pants as it recently did, and surprise, surprise, wink, wink, the exchange will be doing a maintenance, so you're unable to trade, and it's their version of a stop loss, or just making sure. But you have options. And liquidizing is very easy. And I guess that's always going to be the case when you're in technically claimed high risk investment, or category or market, i.e. stock market or anything like that. But physical carries one of the massive risks because they can all technically band together and just refuse to buy your stock. And that's what I saw and have seen with silver. And this one I'm getting loads of comments and messages about. And I will be getting back to everybody with the emails and in the Instagram messages. I've just totally been locked down. And when I'm in father mode, I can't even interact with none of these apps. And for a lot of people that don't know, the videos, I film them in the back cave, so not in the family house. So when somebody stays here, so getting around logistically has been a problem because I am taking the quarantine to somewhat serious levels because I don't want to infect any elderly people, and I come into contact with them also. So, but we've worked something out here now. Everybody seems to be off at the moment, but that's one of the major problems I'm seeing, and a lot of people are also seeing now. I think if anything, more so now than ever, I believe should it now spike and work in people's favor, I think you're going to see a situation where dealers, no chance, will be daring to lose, because they could lose a shirt off their back. If we saw the all-time highs kick in now again, and especially with the low times and the turbulent times that we've seen within the past, I'd say within the last 2008 crash, no dealer worth his anything is going to be giving you $50 knowing that silver's going to keep on going. Silver needs to hit a price and hold it for weeks or months, whichever the dealers, it needs to hold it within whichever dealer you're dealing with comfort level or comfort zone. I don't believe that's going to be the case. A lot of the regurgitators will tell you silver's the undervalued metal. I can see silver doing a 10x way before gold doing a 10x. Gold's at its peak and yada, yada, yada. But with a lot of the craziness we're seeing outside now, even with people, buying out whole stores and buying out whole toilet factories, we're seeing a lot of people saying, I can't believe it. And, you have a lot of people that don't believe in the whole corona thing. But what you need to take and understand is that everyone around you believes it. And that's all it takes. When you have those that like to dip their head in the sand, now acting like it's Mad Max Doomsday Apocalypse times, you need to act in accordance to protect yourself from them. I.e., you'll go to the store and you may not believe it and everybody's overreacting, but there's nothing on the shelves. Your life is now in danger. So, whether you believe it or not, you need to see what the masses are doing. I say that to get to this. People say gold, it will reach a price and then people won't buy it no more. They'll go to silver. It'll be unobtainable. And we know that. But, when you say it can't go up and up and up or can only go to certain levels, I personally believe, from my experience in the metal, that it may hit whatever it may be, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Demand will be there, but it'll only keep on rising. I don't believe everyone will people of worth that can really money makers and push markets will then go into silver. You know, they'll also have rhodium, platinum, and palladium as an option. But I just don't believe that's going to be the case no more, because dealers will always be able to sell it, but to the same people that believe in a lot of the regurgitation and the silver tongue lies. So they could clean their shelves out, and there will always be a silver, idol waiting to purchase this metal. But when it's going to come, I see many of the problems come when it's time to liquidate the silver. You could have the exact same problems with gold, but you'll find more people that are more than willing and happy to sit on the gold, and then when we see it hit new highs, people with power will easily have it hold those highs and trade at those highs, whereas people with power may not be involved in silver. It's just the metal that the dealers get the maximum abusing powers out of, because they can give you the ratio jerk and tell you silver's the better buy. But then when it's time to sell, or sell it at that ratio, low to high or high to low, when it's time to buy, they give you a different story. And this is the dangers that I've seen just over the years and just in general. So, a lot of dealers and mints are doing a lot of shady tactics that lead me to have zero faith. I've put out in videos a long time ago now that when I got in to stacking, I was extremely silver heavy, thousands upon thousands of ounces. And, I had 2020 pegged for my own personal reasons. We all have our own, extra sources that we view upon, and, it could be deemed as extremely tinfoil hatty. But mine came through. I've always pegged 2020 as the year that I'll be doing a massive reevaluation and asset, and just, checking over the stack and tweaking it and changing it as I see fit. I did not know Coronas was coming, but I was pretty damn sure we'll be seeing a crash at the time of releasing this. We're very close to one. Who knows how this will play out, but nevertheless, we're here. And now, from owning thousands of ounces of silver and selling thousands of ounces of silver, I do not feel comfortable being that heavy in silver, because it's a metal that has a load of belief. It has a load of people on YouTube that have done fantastic work in pumping up and propping it. But when it comes to the big institutions and even the big dealers, that's when the reality kicks in with silver. It took a dump. I'm not that, emo that I'm going to start laughing. I will always have a foot in, but I don't believe just because it's down now I'm crapping on it. I believe this because I've sold thousands of ounces of silver, and I've seen the hurdles, and I've heard all the blags. We have so much in stock at the moment, and that'll be when it's on a spike. I believe the best experience you can gain is each time it takes a jump up, sell some, and that's when I've seen all of the, we're not going to give you this percentage over spot right now because we don't know where spot is. You can have dealers that jump in the game. I think there's a comfort zone also. If we're talking dollars, you can get maybe to $25 before dealers start thinking, hey, I could lose a shirt off my back here. Let's start pulling back. And also with pounds, it could be anywhere up to 18 pounds. And then dealers start thinking, hey, before I start offering comfortably this, let's see how it goes. It's nothing for a dealer to flip the switch and say we have more than enough silver in stock. A lot of the times when people have been able to cash out a lot, it's spiked within the comfort levels, within those two price ranges there, £10, $10 to $20. And a dealer can comfortably play with that. When you're talking all-time highs and going for all-time lows, that's when a dealer will flip the switch. They're out to protect themselves, I don't mind. But getting on to the story of coming up next, I had an associate I recently helped acquire some gold way before the recent sellout of a lot of these places. For everybody that knows, this is from Sharps Pixley, so these do not belong to me. For those that get extremely emotional, these are new 2020 1 ounce gold coins. So they had some savings in their bank and wanted to take out and put into gold, so I helped them acquire that. But we went to a load of stores. I mentioned we went to Hat and Garden Metals, Sharps Pixley, ATS, a load of the UK stores, Bards, and chitting, chatting and talking about. It was interesting to see because some had mentioned that they was going to be shutting up shop, some had mentioned that they'd be limiting, and a few mentioned that they was totally out in silver. So with silver prices being so low, I know it's not the best time to sell, but when you're talking to a dealer that's basically telling you that they can't keep the stuff on the shelves, the same person had a monster box of silver that I had sold to them. And so, a dealer telling you that they can't, it's flying off the shelves. I mentioned, hey, we've got a monster box for sale. What say you? And it's interesting because you now have the same dealer that's selling the stuff for damn near £20 plus. So this is up in the $20 area for the US market. Now offering damn near below £9 sterling for silver. And it's like, hey, you've got this product now where demand, we're not dealing with the ratio, we're now dealing with demand. It's so high, but you're going to fall back on the ratio, but you won't sell on the ratio. So you've got this protection level now. And this is why even establishments like the Royal Mint Bullion that technically produce the coin, so they can't fall back on they purchased it or they picked up the gold at a certain spot price at the time. It's a load of hogwash. They're going to protect themselves by any means necessary. I understand that. But what a lot of people that fall back on this ratio and do a lot of the regurgitating, I believe this and I believe that, everything I'm saying is hogwash until it turns out to be true, and everything you're saying is hogwash until it turns out to be true. And the great thing about that is time will reveal. But through my own personal experiences of selling thousands and buying thousands, I wouldn't say gold is any better, but I do know gold is viewed as money. And the movers and shakers are in gold. So if it holds a new price of $5,000, it will trade and hold at that price at $5,000. You can tell me JP Morgan has all of this silver and, India and Russia are buying all of this silver. That's what I say to that. In the end of the day, all carry a risk, but with physical, you need to be extra careful because liquidating is the issue. You can hold this for years upon years. We're going to need to come to a time where silver holds a spot price of $100 all day, every day, cruising. Who knows where gold will be before a dealer would gladly give you that. No problem, or your generic can have no problem paying you that. Right now, they know what you paid for it because they was part of the gang that swindled you on buying it, and they know what they're prepared to buy it back off of you for. So, point given here is, whether it's a low ratio or high ratio, you need to be cautious because the gatekeepers, the middlemen that you will need to go to when it's time to liquidate, are not going to give you that. And you only need to find this out yourself by trying to purchase something. Now, as many people have said, I've had comments from loads, and I keep on telling people don't leave links because these comments go straight to the spam and are automatically deleted. But, loads of people telling me stories about dealers pulling their stock. I had the same situation. Dealer told me they had no stock. I offered stock and they offered me well below spot. You have dealers talking about, the last time and all of this jargon, but are they willing to pay you a certain percentage? No, because they fall back on it, but they don't abide by it when it's time to sell it back to you at the same levels. So let me know your experiences that you've had within the past coming crash. At the moment in the UK, very hard to acquire some of this shiny stuff here, so they got in at the right time. BTC is my next play. I'd mentioned that I'd split my silver fund 50-50 with crypto, so if I was spending 10,000 on silver, I'd split it 5-5. I'm at a place now where I always say this, but as the 5 years turn up, interesting times we are at right now, whether we're going to be seeing a worldwide recession or all bubbles popping, I don't know. But with where I am and what I have in silver, I'm going to be extremely reluctant adding to it, just seeing what's going on right here, right now. Gold, I've not heard too many complaints, so please let me know if you do have any complaints. But this doesn't come from an emotional standpoint. I'm not fuming or spitting nails now because silver's crapped his pants and la. This has come from a personal experience where I've been out there trading, selling, asking dealers the right questions, not just crossing my arms and sitting down and listening to them because they've been in the game for 250 years, yada, yada, yada. I still believe holding some is great, but I believe holding hundreds at tops. When you start getting into the massive levels and find yourself regurgitating a lot of the information that a lot of the silver tongue pumpers got you to purchase the metal, you may want it, but as you can see from outside, a lot of the unbelievable things are happening, and you may find yourself saying that, I can't believe gold is this, and this. You're not going to find any gold stacker that's telling you they're going to convert their gold to silver when the so-and-so ratio kicks in. You've got a more perfect ratio now than ever. So if you did convert a load of gold into silver, holler at me. I've got fancy, desirable, absolutely stunning silver coins. So if you're converting, if you're in Europe, holler at me. If you're in the US, holler at me. We can sort something out. If you're converting gold to silver, I'm your man. 100% trust both ways, me. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this video, guys, and any experiences you've had with shady dealings with these gatekeepers of the spot price. And let's all see where it goes from here. Are you buying or are you selling? I've not been doing a lot of buying or selling as of recent. Just going to wait and see what happens. I think we're going to go down more in the markets, which is a definite buying opportunity. And then cryptos will decouple. So we're going to see fantastic opportunities. The horses I'm backing at the moment are BTC, gold, and Litecoin. when we're talking any kind of stuff that I speak about on this channel. So let me know what you're involved in and what you're not involved in. So hate or love it, guys. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Going to try and keep up to date and get some content coming up. We'll see how that goes. And I'll catch you guys on the rebound.